Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, let's go ahead and do a review of A Quiet Place Day 1. And I'm going to give you my reaction and review. And what that means is I'll give you my quick and easy to the point of my reaction of what I think of this movie. And if you like the long form content of what I think, comes the review part. So my reaction, this movie I don't think is any good. If I go from a scale of bad, okay, good, and great, it's okay kind of scale. It's not as it's probably from all the other two Quiet Place movies. This is probably on the bottom of the list, in my opinion. I just walked away wanting more from it. It just didn't land. The story, walked away thinking I don't care if I ever watch this again. I wouldn't own it on Blu-ray or DVD, in my humble opinion. It just didn't. It fell through for me. So that's my general reaction. So let's just go ahead and switch gears to my review of this movie. So this review of this movie, going into this movie, I was really, in most movies, I don't expect anything anymore. I kind of go in with a clean slate with no expectations at all. But I was curious about this story because it's set in New York City on day one when the aliens landed, or crash landed, whatever you might say. Because it's in New York instead of the countryside, as 1 and 2 was. So, because as you know, in the country, it can be quiet, not as loud as it would be in the city, because the city never sleeps, it never shuts up, it's always loud. Because I thought that was a cool aspect of that particular universe, where the aliens, you can't be quiet. How hard it would be to try to be quiet in a big city like New York. So going in, I was like, okay, this is a curious story. I'm curious how they would make this work, and it'd be very, cool to see what they do with it. Well, to be honest with you, it was a little bit of a slow burn at first. And there's building the characters up, or the character. I can't pronounce her name, I do apologize. But, the female lead, you follow her on her journey. And this is not no spoilers, so you don't have to worry. You follow her throughout this thing in New York. The actress done a phenomenal job. She did come to work, as the other co-star did too. But the story really did not. One, I did not care about the characters. If they was here and gone, I just didn't care. The chemistry on the screen was good, but other than that, and I think I wanted more of the aliens. Or something else, because I walked away wanting more of something. I just don't know what it was. It's to this day. I only watched a couple days ago when it was released on the streaming. I still really don't know what I want out of it, because I kind of compare it to the first Quiet Place. It was, introduction to this, this type of movie, or original movie with the aliens that make sound that hear you have to whisper, you have to think, and how to express your emotions without speaking and all that. But this one, it's just kind of like it was just. I don't think if they made this type of movie as a first movie in the franchise, it would not have landed. The reason the Quiet Place landed, because I think is the family aspect and the cool aspect of the aliens and how they defeat them and all that kind of stuff. It was really, really, give you an example, it was layered. There's one scene in Quiet Place, the first one, that really, I think, was a layered kind of, the audience will lean in and say, oh, how can she get through this? Is the mother. The mother, when she was pregnant, also, she got hurt when she stepped on the nail on the staircase. And then she had to be quiet, in the tub as the aliens was coming through her house. She had emotion, she was bleeding, she was all this stuff, and you was like, oh God, how can she get out of this situation? It's layered. With A Quiet Place Day 1, it just didn't feel layered. It did not feel it had anything in it. I just didn't care about anything. The visuals were good, the acting was great. There was a couple cool scenes. This one scene, no spoilers, is when a bunch of people was in this room, and you hear the helicopters come over, telling the citizens to come to the boat and, come with this, whatever. And when they fly off, you hear the rumblings of the aliens chasing after the helicopter. And it's really cool sound and visuals of the aliens trying to capture, try to get go towards the sound. that was kind of cool. There's one scene that really just, I roll my eyes. Of course, it's not spoilers, but it is a little bit what happened to the movie. So everything happened. Everybody come out of their apartments and houses, I guess. And they'd all decided to like thousands and thousands of people, walk together down these streets of New York, not saying a word. And eventually, of course, something happens. I can't remember what happens. And then the aliens started to happen and all that. They hear the sound. They come towards them. But I was thinking, thousands of people walking down the street. Nobody's going to cough, sneeze, or fart? Are you freaking kidding me? I mean, I know it's just a movie. I get that. But as for character, if I was writing a story, of course, that would be like a anxiety there. But they didn't lean into that. I would have the characters go off thinking, okay, we can't go here because more people, more sound. Let's get away from that. Now, I get it. It's day one, 100%. But it just didn't land. That just certain things like that just didn't do it for me. And there's one character that was introduced on the second Quiet Place. He was in it for a good hot second. He was not there for a long period. And I thought he was going to have a kind of a cool story in this, but they just used him for the trailers. That was it. And I really love The Quiet Place. 1 and 2 is okay, but the first one's still good. It's hard. And I believe, I always say it's hard to capture lightning in a bottle again, right? With any other sequels, prequels. But I believe that it is possible. I 100% believe it's possible to make a good story. And I always say this, I don't know how true it is. I always blame the studio interference. Because, once a movie is great and people love it, the studio's like, ooh, we might have another franchise here. Let's go ahead and just destroy this and add our opinions of what they should put in this movie. So I didn't care much for the second Quiet Place. It was okay. It had some here and there that I just didn't land. It just was just a waste of time. But compared to this one, it is a freaking masterpiece. Because it's just these characters I did not care about at all. But anywho, how I grade my reviews. If it's a fast food experience, if it's a convenience store food, fast food, or a sit down restaurant food experience. This one, it is unfortunately. I would give it a fast food experience. It wasn't the worst I ever seen. Everything else, like I said, the visuals, the acting, it was very good, but the story was very weak. In my humble opinion, I was not invested in the story at all. So I kind of give it a fast food restaurant experience. Like I just went through and got a couple hour old French fry and a very poor made milkshake. That's how I would grade this review of this movie. But yeah, that's just how I really wanted to like it, but it just didn't land for me. But anywho, what do you all think? Well, have you watched Quiet Place day one? What was your opinions? Did you like it? Did you dislike it? Please comment below. Let me know what you think about it. And on that, thank you for watching this long, and I'll talk to y'all next time. And try your best to